Okay, fine, I am a super creep.
Does anybody get clammy hands in here? One of the best things to do if you get clammy hands. Towel out. My hand touched the. Feel free to, lay on the treatment table. Feel free to get on the covers if you tend to get cold.
Oh my gosh.
And I always have extra.
Giggling at it. Do you want a blanket or no? Okay.
For gloves on. Okay, while I'm going through this, feel free to read.
No.
Come on. Wash hands, put on gloves, masks.
Like they're like throwing it at me like an instant. Like, sorry. No, it's fine. It's fine. You're done, Mom. Yeah. Oh.
So all of you can use the, oh, this is actually kind of comfortable. You can use the, it's not called an ST table. The stool, I like to, especially because this is a little high depending, I like to just stand up for my treatments. That's the European way of doing it. So I'm gonna have you lift your head for me. Just kind of down. I don't usually like to use this, but you can come over. Okay. Put your head down. Okay. And you can do this as long as you have sanitized hands before you put on gloves. I don't really like using this towel, but we'll use it. Okay, so I'm going to do the dirty tongue. Okay, bring that down.
How much of the ear should we cover? Just half so we can still hear.
Yeah, so you can still hear, and then also, remember I tied it into my skin analysis. So this is good to know. Are you comfortable? You good? Okay, beautiful. So I could begin. So removing eye and lip. Even if they have no eye and lip, I do want to see that you're removing it properly. SD phase 1. Let's pretend that I had some pre-cleanse or micellar on top of these 2x2s. I'll show you my method of eye and lip removal. Back when we had to do the practical assessment for State Board, this was actually mandatory to know, and they wanted a specific way as far as lip removal. This. It's easier if you have half cotton rounds, but since we have 2x2s here, this is fine. So typically this would be soaked in either micellar or you can put a little bit of pre-cleanse depending. With eye and makeup remover, eye and lip makeup remover, you're never gonna get off like 100% of it. The best you can do really is about 80. Before anything else, we don't teach this at JD, but I think it's super, super important to start off with opening and closing rituals. Because salon and spa clients are notorious for being late, let's be real. And they're notorious for being really anxious and just crazy. And so you don't know who's gonna step into your chair. You don't know who's going to step into your treatment room. They can be a soccer mom or a different, they can be a corporate person and they're just like, oh my gosh, I had a meeting, I have this, I have that. And this is the time to really set the tone for your facial. Even for you, going from back-to-back clients, you need a moment to pause and, create that safe space. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a little bit of the pre-cleanse here. Normally, I would use aromatherapy in my practice, and I could could have probably gotten aromatherapy from the client spa. But I always start my practice with the opening closing ritual. This is not part of your basic facial assessment. It's just, something that I personally do. Okay, I'm gonna have you. I only put the aromatherapy or the pre-cleanse on the wrists. And I'm always just like, okay, I'm gonna have you take deep breaths in, breathe in. Out. Then breathe out. Last time. And breathe out. And then I start with compression. So I start in the forehead frontalis. I go to the occipital. From there, I move down. I start doing compressions. Shoulder area. If you could scoot up a tiny bit for me, that would be very helpful. Thank you so much. Back in the day, we used to do foot baths. So we used to actually start off with foot compressions and foot baths before we even got into facial. And this is before we used to use gloves. So how gnarly was that? Yeah, so we won't do that today. A lot of things, so many things. Okay. So started her off with that. And we go into eye and makeup removal. So again, this is just water. This normally would be micellar. I'm gonna have you open your eyes for me. Putting this under. Have you close your eyes. Typically, and then this would be over. Right, so as I'm letting it do what it do on the eyes really quick, I'm also upside down. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this. Again, it usually would have your micellar or a little bit of your pre-cleanse. You always want to brace the area and wipe one way. Okay? When you're done, go ahead and utilize. Just a little bit, sorry. Okay. And then from here, I'm bracing down and I'm brushing the lashes down. This is how you get most of the mascara off. Okay, once I'm done with that, you can remove. Taking off what's on the eyebrow. Don't forget to keep contact with your client. Same thing on this side. So I'm bracing around the eye, brushing down. This shouldn't take more than just a few seconds. Okay, getting that sandwich off, taking off from the top. Okay, good. Next up, pre-cleanse. Yes, so first cleanse. So I'm gonna use the pre-cleanse at this moment. All of you familiar with the pre-cleanse? Yeah, so you know to put it on dry skin first. So I'm first just applying. You can start at the décolleté if you like, but I just want to get an even surface. A little bit. Got water, always manipulate the bath products. Don't ever mix it on top because it could drip down and that's super uncomfortable. So I'm just going down. These gloves do not stay on. If you're in medical practice, they'll probably give you nitrile gloves. Vinyl is nice, but it tends to be really flimsy and it tends to break a lot. So apologies. Yeah. Undulations. Friction. And then, when in doubt, effleurage it out. But the pre-cleanse shouldn't take that long. And then from here, alright, this one. It's okay. So, Milady, they'll always tell you to test it on your wrist, but precaution, everybody's sensitivity is different. And so I always like to ask my client, is this temperature okay for you? Yeah. Because something that feels mild for you might, you know, to an oversensitive client or a client who's prone to rosacea or redness, anything like that, it could feel really, really warm. And so manipulate it down right here, like this. Grab. Don't forget the top of the lip and under the nostrils. A lot of estheticians forget that area. You can get super, super uncomfortable. And then the chin. Yeah, some teachers might show you different methods. If your client tend to hyperpigment or they have really, really sensitive skin, don't do this step, but it's kind of nice if you do not. Okay, this isn't necessary, but I'll show you Estes. Instead of using a bunch of towels, this is how you maximize towel. So I created a mint just like that. It's kind of nice. Go over that side. Once you're done with that side, have like your waiter or waitress hand. Grab it right here. That's your next mint. Okay. And then we go into skin analysis. In the real world, you can do skin analysis after your second cleanse once you really, you know, get into your practice, get comfortable with aesthetics. At JD Academy, we want you to do it after your first cleanse. And so you can cover the eyes in a few ways. You can do 2x2s, or if you have a bunch of 4x4s, you can do this. It's kind of like the butterfly method. And cover the eyes this way. Okay. Now, I am going to go through skin analysis first, just looking with my eyes, with the touch. But mostly you'll have a mag lamp, okay? If you don't have a mag lamp, most of the time you'll have a BT Zoom. So never just flash your client with a light. I'm gonna say, you're gonna see, you might see a bright light come over you. Okay, and analyze the skin. From there, you have those pustules that you are not looking at. So that was really just for show. I want to see all of you analyze through the BT Zoom, but I want to hear that conversation. So as you're going through that skin analysis, Estes, all write down the skin analysis method that I'm about to show you. But it's kind of hard to explain how I'm going to talk in skin analysis and do it at the same time. So I'll give you footnotes on this one. So the Murad skin analysis starts at the forehead, between the eyebrows, and I go around, okay? So it's like the arches. So I'm looking for congestion. I'm looking for the things that she was talking about. So acne, scarring, overall tone, texture. If you have more of a seasoned client or more mature client, I'm looking for fine lines, okay? So I'm starting here, going over, and then you going at the mandible, feeling if there's any congestion, looking over there. A lot of people with hormonal acne, most of the time, the breakouts will be in this region. So I'm feeling and I'm looking for that, or even under the chin, especially if they have like combination skin, you can feel a little bit of sebaceous filaments. So look for here. So you, and then R. Actually, I'm tapping around the eyes. I'm looking for loss of collagen, loss of elasticity, dullness, dryness. I'm flipping her eye over, going all the way down. A lot of estheticians forget to look in the back of the ear. I've had to do many extractions in the back of the ear or even in the ear, so be aware of that region. Don't neglect that. So I'm looking front of the ear, back of the ear, okay? So that is one part of the R. I'm also testing for sensitivity. One way you can test is take one of your SD fingers, your middle finger or your ring, press it against under where the zygomatic is, press and lift. If it's white and turns really red automatically, you know you have a sensitive client. You don't seem to be too sensitive, but I'm going
just to pressure or like
pressure, sensitive as far as I feel like clients like that, I've seen a lot of erythema when it comes to reacting to certain products, or you just have to be a little bit more aware. That was a good question. So I'm gonna move your head this way, finishing the arm on this side. And so we were talking about creating a conversation for your client. So I would say, you know, Mick, your overall texture and tone is really beautiful. I do see a little bit of active lesions and some of that scarring that we talked about. However, we can address it today. I have a really beautiful microfoliant to help brighten and even out the overall tone, and a condom soothing mask to help with the redness. But again, really good job on continuing to, you know, find something, right? Really good job on utilizing your regimen currently. I am going to use a hydrating toner. So if you like it today, I have it up at the front in a trial size and a full size. So you try it out, and we can talk about a little bit of how you feel about that AHA. Sound good? Okay, beautiful. So whenever you're creating a conversation with your client, especially because it's a very vulnerable position to be in, skin analysis, you have this bright light over you. Sometimes, you know, you feel like they're picking at your imperfections. You always want to do the sandwich. You want to say something that is, you know, beautiful about their skin, or something that you notice that's great. Like maybe their overall tone is, you do see that hyperpigmentation or anything like that, but their texture is nice, you know, they're keeping up with their exfoliator. So talk about that. If you have nothing to say, you can say something about their eyebrows. Like I've been like, Savannah, you have bomb eyebrows. I really like your eyebrows. I do see X, Y, and Z. However, we're going to be able to address that today, and I'll give you a home care solution. That's what I'm talking about by planting the seed. The start of the sales cycle starts right here. And it also goes to show that you're listening to them intently and trying to address and partner with them in that skincare journey. Okay, going down the sides of the nose. This is forming an A region. A lot of people can get congested or dry around this area. So I'm going over here. A lot of women of color tend to get a hyperpigmentation in this region as well. So you want to be aware of that. So A, or even if you're more mature, marionette lines, fine lines, wrinkles. A, and then D, I'm going over the décolleté. I've had to extract around the décolleté region. So you want to be very clear that you're not only analyzing the face, but you're analyzing everything else. So D, cross. So I did a comprehensive skin analysis with her. Okay, after that, once you are done, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this.
Wait, did you change your mind about the blanket this day?
Okay. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and start doing the gel cleanser. The gel, especially gel cleansers, they tend to really sense up with steam, and so if it sets up too much with steam, one way you could take it off is take it off with a dry 4x4 first, and then you could finish it off with a towel, because sometimes it just gets super overwhelming. So I'm applying. You doing okay?
I inhaled through my nose when you put your fingers
Oh
on
no! I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I should have probably braced you for contact there. Yeah. So I'm applying. Yeah, a little goes a long way with the gel cleanser. I probably got a little bit too much, but whatever you distribute, you gotta use. Or else that's just wasted money down the drain. Even application. And all of you know how to cleanse at this point, so I'm not doing anything new. Who here likes the gel cleanser? Yeah?
I use it every day.
I know, I love it. What do you like about the gel cleanser?
I like that it doesn't feel stripping, and you don't feel like squeaky afterwards. Like it leaves you feeling clean, but not stripped of your hair.
Right. And I find that most gel cleansers, you do feel that tightness around. So that, you know that method where you do this and then you manipulate? It never felt good to me. And so whatever makes sense to you, do it. Don't forget that upper lip. And always upward motions. This feels really good for clients. If you do a figure 8, this feels really good too. I don't know what those are called. I just call it around the world. Make up names, right? Sydney, can you read off the next for me while I use this over for you? While I remove this.
Exfoliate skin using appropriate product based on skin analysis.
Yeah, so at this time, you could use, for basic facial, we just use the microfoliant. But at this time, if you were gonna do like a microdermabrasion, a dermaplaning, anything like that, you would do it at this point. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust your headband after that, it's okay? Yeah. actually going to be assessed on microderm too. Phase 1 Estes, have you done microderm yet? Alright.
Miss Lily did that.
She did that one on you?
Yeah, on Thursday.
Did she do it on your face or on your body?
On my face.
Oh wow, how'd you like it?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I know your skin was Did it feel like a poking or a sucking?
Like a second.
It's mostly
It's like vacuuming.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. And then she did like the peel after.
Yeah, that's that Miss Lily's specialty. She loves doing the microderm and then the peel. I like it too if your skin can take it. And so, Miss, let me ask you, what do you like about the AHA toner?
I don't know. I really recently started using it because it said it could help fade like dark spots and stuff like that.
And on the directions, did it tell you to use nightly?
I don't remember it this time.
My suggestion would be to use it only once or twice a week. It does have AHA is beautiful for helping to brighten those dark spots or uneven spots. But I would be very careful because you can easily over exfoliate the skin and it's going to do more damage than good down the line. But yeah, I would replace it since you have the multi-active toner in your kit. I would start using that as opposed to an AHA every day. Okay. Okay. All right. So, I typically like to cover my clients' eyes. You actually really should, state of California, whenever you're doing any, especially chemical peels, or like deep chemical exfoliants. Microfoliant's very gentle, you don't need to. But this just helps prevent it from getting into the eye. If you have any, or if you're doing a chemical peel, what you can even do is put like a barrier repair cream around the eye so it doesn't travel up. Something you could do. So at this moment you would get a little bit of water and mix it in. You can also use those calming drops too. You want to create a little bit of that paste. Yeah. Some people like to apply it with both brushes. Doesn't really matter. Okay, right when I start touching her face, can someone put a timer on for me? About, let's just say 3 to 5 minutes, like 3. But for the demonstration purpose right now, let's just do 3 minutes. I don't want to over exfoliate. Okay. Yeah, starting now. Starting now. Okay. So, when you are applying exfoliant, especially when it comes to real enzymes, chemical peels, my suggestion, always go around the perimeter of the face first, because if there was going to be an adverse reaction, you'd be able to see it in those areas first. But again, microfoliant, you don't really need to. You can apply it one by one, or you can do both at the same time. So you can do something like this. This looks a little thick, so I'm gonna grab a little bit more. Oh, sorry about that. Phase 1, did you already do your assessment for basic facial yet?
No.
No? Okay, so this is good review. When is your assessment for that?
We went over it for the first time yesterday.
Oh,
We saw a demo
exciting.
on a doll, not just got it.
Oh, okay, hey. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you want to cover all areas. I usually start the timer right as I apply. That's more of a chemical peel thing. I personally love chemical peels. Whatever you have, just use it. It's not good to waste products, and it's gonna end up in the sink anyway, so might as well end up on their skin. Okay, beautiful. This will help you with cleanup. All right, while that's going, would you like a hand and arm massage? Sure. Okay, beautiful. Why am I asking for a hand and arm massage as opposed to massaging other parts of your face? Or not face, body.
Take too long for the body.
I'm gonna be on the left side. So,
Look at her face to see if there's a reaction.
yeah. So the reason why I do hand and arm massage specifically during during the exfoliating portion, or especially chemical peels, I'm gonna be on your left side, is because this is a perfect angle to see. Let's say my client was getting an adverse reaction, I can see it directly right here as opposed to anywhere else, and I'm able to neutralize it right away. So from a level from a 1 to 5, 5 being, put 2 more minutes on the clock, please. 5 being burning, itching, to 1 being not feeling it at all. Where are you?
I'm at a 1.
You're at a 1? Okay, let me know if you get to a 2. Okay, and is my pressure okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah. Always ask your client, is my pressure okay? Is the temperature okay? You're a little strong? You're okay? Okay. This does not emulsify down. Interesting. Okay. So typically I start off with manipulations around the arm. I'm always in a saddle stance. Be careful with your back. If I'm doing this or if I'm doing this, you're gonna feel it at the end of the day. So always make sure you have proper ergonomics. Going here. Don't forget to breathe. I do around the world. And especially if you tend to do basic facials, what you can do is kind of get down with muscle memory, your hand and arm massage, so you know exactly how many minutes you take for a hand and arm massage. So even if you don't have a clock, even if you're not looking at a clock, you can distinguish how long it's going to take. I manipulate hands. Does that feel okay? Okay, and then pressure of the digits. Sides, top, pinch off, sides, top, pinch off. I'll do the other arm in while our mask is going, okay? Pinch off, sides, top, pinch off. Okay.
Can we possibly turn the fan down a tiny bit?
Yeah. Sydney, can you help me? Are you guys practicing it? Okay, just a little bit down. I appreciate you. And then, okay, you already put that down. Yes. Okay, great. Still feeling okay, Max? Alright. Is this temperature okay? These towels don't get that hot. So that towel removal technique I showed you, it applies really well with something like this that's hard to get off. If I was doing a chemical peel and I saw a reaction, an adverse reaction, like she tended to get like really red or hot, and or she was like, I'm at a 5, like this is burning, what I would do, take it off. Usually they have a neutralizer solution. Honestly, the best neutralizer is just baking soda and water, unless it self-neutralizes. It depends on brands or manufacturer. Another thing that you can do after you neutralize it is get like a gentle cleanser, like a pre-cleanser something, manipulate it on the skin. That's gonna help raise the pH and balance that out. Has any of you, or have any of you had difficulties taking this particular solution off? No?
Say the client's like, it's really, really burning. At what point do you say like, get up and go, like, here's the sink and like, put water on it, you know?
Yeah, so at that point, I would just do cold compresses off. I wouldn't even take hot towels, cold compresses off. I would go full medical. So I wouldn't even use hot towels. I would just use the 4x4s. And then if that's the case, it's always great to have like ice rollers or anything in your treatment room, so that, you know, they can cool down. I also do have personal fans too, if it gets really, really spicy, really hot. Microfoliant is not my favorite thing to work with, but I actually get a reaction whenever I use microfoliant, so it's too much for my skin, honestly. I like it though, but my skin feels raw after using it. So at this time, if you were doing extractions, you would do extractions after the exfoliant. Of course, with some multi-scaling fluid on top for disincrustation.
During our assessment, is that something we should?
No, you'll have a separate assessment just for extractions, and you're going to use the extraction, the dummy skin. Have any of you seen that yet? Yeah, it's quite interesting. We fill it with cholesterol from hair to give it that.
That sounds so gross.
Yeah, it is. It's really not my favorite.
Although I'd rather do it.
Yeah, I don't regret
Yeah. We usually just use the dummy skin. I have so many of these. I'm just gonna use another one because we have so many. And I don't have a sip of water.
You like you're laying
It's
there,
okay.
you're like, you can see
I sure didn't ever heard that.
Oh, she did extractions on you? Oh my gosh. When Miss Lily did extractions on me, I was gonna cry. But she got it all out.
Vanessa, didn't my nose hurt too? Did she be hurt? Oh, my nose hurt.
I know, I'm excited when you guys try the ultrasonic scrubber. I think Estes, you have it in your kit, the BT Micro. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite tool. I use it in my treatment room all the time. And it's really amazing. You know, in state of California, we can't use Lancets or, we can't use Lancets, but since that tool came out, I've noticed that we don't necessarily need to. I hope I'm not irritating your piercing.
Oh no.
You're like, it's okay.
I almost ripped it out this morning on accident.
Oh no.
And it just was like a long stick coming out of my nose. I'm like, well, I had to take it out and like bend it back.
Okay. Just want to remove the top. I don't like the little particles that it leaves. But take it off to the best of your ability. And then you can apply toner in a few ways. You can apply it straight to your hands, compress it on. You can apply it to 4x4s and then, you know, especially if you have leftover exfoliant on the skin. Or what you can do is spray it on in a rainbow. Have you seen that method? Yeah. So I'm gonna have you breathe in, breathe out. Always let your client know that you're about to spray them. You know, Miss Denise says it in a really beautiful way. You could say you're gonna feel an ocean breeze. But I always ask my client to breathe in, breathe out, so she's not inhaling a bunch of toner. So you can either press it on the skin. Now you go into using massage cream. So don't use the actual massage cream on the face. That's way, way, way too heavy. I just like to take a little bit of Active Moist on the face and do the falling. So all of you are going to shout out the massage steps for me. So first we have effleurage. I want to see all of you show me the movements at least how many times? 3 to 6 times. So effleurage. Effleurage. What else? Petrissage. So you can this way, follow the lymph. Petrissage. Be careful if your client has like grade 4 acne. If they have nodule cystic acne, I would skip petrissage. Even if they have active regions, I would still skip petrissage because you could really do more damage than good. So petrissage. What else? We have development. I know, little, not jazz hands, but little piano fingers. Okay, what else? Friction. So friction will, it can look a few ways. So friction can do mini circles. You can also do this, zigzag. Okay. To stimulate the skin. So you can do zigzags. And then lastly, what do we do? Vibration. In the real world, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why they keep this as like a pillar, but like this is what's supposed to yeah, we don't really do this in the real world. I'm gonna let you know right now. But that's what it would look like. Right? Okay, so after I see that, you've done, we went through all 5, right? Yeah. So after you've done that, then you apply the mask. Right? You're still doing okay, Meg?
Yep.
Okay, beautiful. So you apply the mask. She doesn't have excess massage cream. Honestly, your skin is soaked up that active moist a lot. So what that's telling me is that your skin is a little bit dehydrated, but it's okay. 95% of people that I've ever seen have dehydrated skin. So is that okay? Yeah. Sorry, you're gonna feel a cool sensation. So what I would suggest, you said you use a serum. What serum do you use currently?
The serum was the AHA, and then I don't have a toner.
Okay. So what I would do for you, I'm gonna suggest the multi-active toner to really bring in some hydration as well as just a boost of antioxidants to the skin. As well as I would suggest a serum with niacinamide or hyaluronic. Hyaluronic to really help with that transepidermal water loss, or basically dehydration that we're seeing. It's going to repair the skin barrier. Niacinamide, beautiful for strengthening the skin, as well as helping diminish some of those dark spots that you're seeing.
Oh man, now I'm confused. Like niacinamide, that one sounds really familiar. That might be what I use.
Oh, okay. That's completely okay. It's okay. Thank you for being brave. You didn't wake up and know that you're going to be a model today, so that's okay. Does anybody have a favorite mask so far when it comes to Dermalogica? No?
For like the treatment room or
Mm-hmm. Anything.
The multi-moisture mask. They're getting rid of it.
The multi-moisture.
The melting moisture mask.
Multi-moisture. I don't think I've
It
heard
was
of that
it was
one.
a retail product, but they're getting rid of it. I'm really upset about that.
I actually hate when they get rid of
Yeah.
your favorite things. Okay. So I grabbed a little bit too much of the mask, but that's okay because it's all going on my client anyways.
And this mask is hydrate.
Yeah. This is the Colloidal. The reason why I picked it is because most people, like in my past phases, they have said that, you know, especially people with like more sensitive skin or people with reactive skin, they don't tend to get reactants, and it's just a hydrating mask. Yeah, I find with the clinical oatmeal mask, some people tend to get a little bit more reactive, or they just don't like the smell. So I wasn't trying to
That's what I
do
used
that.
last week.
Yeah, how'd you like it?
I used it on
Hmm?
Nick. I used it on Nick, the oatmeal mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice. Oh, so you didn't feel any reaction or anything? I just wanted to be conservative today. Didn't know. So I'm gonna complete. You can put like 5 more minutes on the clock. I'm gonna complete her hand and arm massage. So typically in the real world, basic facial is 45 minutes. And so all of this, like, if I wasn't typically, you know, going through this, it would be like this. Because you can't, especially if you're working on a spar salon, you can't go over in time.
Yeah.
It can be on your right side. You're right-handed? I can feel that.
Is it stronger on that side or is it more muscular?
Just more tense. Now my pressure okay? Yeah, so manipulations. Remember we massage from
Insertion to origin.
insertion to origin. Don't forget it.
I don't know why, but ever since you said that, that's like the only thing that's really stuck in my mind.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going
Belly in the middle.
I go
Yeah,
for
sure.
O,
Good job.
yes. Did they go over head and arm massage with you? Not yet. Yeah, this was just, I studied out of Beta, and so this was the hand and arm massage they taught us a while ago. Be careful if someone has arthritis though. With these manipulations, you can skip over it. But be careful. Especially SDs, be careful with your hands. Make sure you're using proper ergonomics. Because you're gonna pay for it, you're gonna feel it. Like at certain points in my career, even now, having not used proper ergonomics, I could feel it in my right hand at this point, and it's really affecting the way I could even hold a fork. So be very careful. Some really good exercises you can do with your hands. I would look up hand stretches for gamers. I know it gets into the muscles really deep in there, and so you can definitely look at that. Forgot, there was this doctor I used to watch his videos, and he does really, really good hand and arm, not massages, stretches for people in the industry. Okay, turn it over, go in between. Okay, Jaden, where are we on time?
You're at, well, a minute 40.
Let's try to hit the high
Oh, I thought you were out. I'm like, what? You're just hiding.
So everyone, after this, we can take a 15. Is that okay? After this, we can take a 15. Yeah, because I'm using, because
Hey guys.
That's
We should be asking you that.
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic.
should have kept the baby powder near me. Okay.
Where'd Nessa go?
I know some people need it to reach What is up with these? Okay, it's okay. I'm just being picky. Alright. Alright. So,
I'm fine with being next. I like that.
is this okay for you? Manipulate it around. I think some classes they do, it looks like this when you're removing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that how Ms. Bernie taught you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get it off. So. So gathering. Oh no.
Now you got it too, not just Jaden and Nick.
And so you don't have to tone again. I like to tone again. And then you just put on some finishing products. Just cause I have a bunch of 4x4s, I'm gonna apply it on 4x4s. For yours, the way that her skin reacted, I would probably just spray it onto my hand and apply it and just press it into the skin for that extra hydration.
How did you observe her skin reacting?
Her skin really, really soaks up the water, moisture, anything like that. So it's showing me that it's dehydrated. And so I would want to add any hydration I can to each step. I like folding it like this so I can use both sides. You can either hold it like this or hold it with your SD fingers like this. I just want to really be careful here. Spread this area. Now I'm gonna get that serum. It's good that we got that serum for dehydration. So I'm gonna apply that first.
Oh my god, it smells so good.
This is one of the only things from J.M. Collins that I actually really like. Okay. We have the eye cream. Sorry, I like to apply it. This is the Phyto eye cream. I find that it tends to be a lot richer than any of the Dermalogica eye creams. So when you apply it, you can really hold there and then come off for that lymphatic drainage. You can also apply it in the figure 8 motion around the orbital. Then from there, get that Active Moist. Who here uses Active Moist? Yeah. You're like a Dermalogica stan. I love it. A little bit too much. Sorry about that. Yeah, so the client shouldn't see any product when they get up. So when in doubt, effleurage it out. Really manipulate it into the skin. Here, and then lastly we have the SPF. I like to warm it up, especially with mineral SPF. Sometimes I see that it gets a white cast, so I just like to really emulsify it in my hands to help prevent that as much as I can. I think all of you have the invisible. Physical. It's not really invisible in my mind. Yeah. So manipulate it as much as you can. If your sunscreen tends to pill or peel up, I would suggest working in thinner layers. That's one thing that could help. Or switching from mineral or physical to chemical. There might be a little extra around your nose ring. I could try to take it off a little bit. And then I always like to I don't know if they still have it. This was the GM Collins lip treatment. Okay, so just like how I started, I would typically at this time get a little bit of aromatherapy, put it on my wrist, and end just like how I started. So I'm gonna have you breathe in, put it on.
How do you feel, Nick?
Breathe in, breathe out. Last time, breathe in. One thing that I personally do at the end of my treatments, I always end with a temple massage. It's kind of a nice way for people to relax, but also end the treatment. Always my goal when I'm doing a temple massage, I want my pressure to be so intentional that they don't realize when I lift off. Kind of hard to do with gloves, but and then break that. All right, thank you so much for being the volunteer. All right.